Hi guys, so for this video we're going to discuss how to create skeletons or joints. Okay, so we're basically going to discuss this menu set. Okay, so I'm going to make this flyout menu. Okay, so the first tool is create joint. Create joint is just simply just creating a joint, so you can just click from one and then two, second, and then third. Okay, and then if you want to just like the previous video wherein I showed you how to attach and create a skeleton and attach it to a arm model. Okay, you have an option whether to continue the creation or create a new one and then parent. Also, you can also use connect. Okay, but I will show you how the differences. Okay, so we already created the joints. Now let's go insert joint, just in case you want to insert a joint in between. Okay, so instead of drawing or adding joint at the end, you want to add joint in the middle. So the function insert joints will do. So insert, just click one. Okay, and then you move this. As you can see, I didn't click anything, just click one in the middle. Again, if you're going to insert joint, just click on insert joint and then click the joint you want to insert the new joint, and then try moving the old one so you would be able to see the new joint. Okay, and then let me delete that. Let's say you have you are able to set joint on one side of your character and you want to duplicate so that you don't have to redo everything and assume the sizes that they are equal. Okay, so what you can do, you can just mirror joints. So let's say I create a joint here. Okay, and then maybe another joint to test out. Maybe we can draw on the side view. Create joint, enter. Okay, if you create a joint on front view, it automatically aligns to the center. Okay, and then if you created your joint on your side view, it aligns on the very center of your of the world. So you might have to move that on one side to favor the left or right side of your character. Okay, so if I want to do mirror this, instead of duplicating and then you're going to rotate, the problem with this is if you rotate, the problem is the orientation of the joint. Okay, so if we try this smart transform, so let's try smart transform special, and then maybe we can negative value to y axis, so x, y, z. So negative sorry, that's not rotate the scale. Negative 1, enter, and then apply. Okay, it doesn't seems to look like it duplicated. Okay, so we're not gonna do that, so let's delete that. Okay, so the more appropriate tool that you're going to use if you want to copy your join from one side to another is mirror. So let's try mirror join. Okay. it mirrored. However, just as the skill smart transform, it didn't rotate on the side that I want to. So mirror behavior. Let's try orientation. What's happening, Maya? Y and then behavior apply. There you go. So we hit the wrong axis, which is x and y. So I tried changing it to y and z. So now it mirrored on the other side. Let's check the other created joint, which is supposedly the legs. So using the same YZ, apply. There you go. Okay. Now if you created a joint for the upper body, just let me close this. Create from hip, going to the waist, going to the chest, and then going to the neckline, and then enter. Okay. Now if I try to parent these, let's say select, shift select on this, and then you hit parent. As you can see, it created a skeleton or a joint in between the child and the parent. Okay, so same thing as this one, P. Same thing as this one, P. Okay, so that's parenting. Okay, now we've already discussed create, insert, mirror, orient. Okay, sorry, we didn't discuss orient, but rather here comes the orient. There are times when you created your skeleton, the orientation or the rotation axis of the joint is not what they call this, is kind of offset or a little rotated. So you can fix that by orient joint. Okay, currently there is nothing to orient because I think the orientation is good. Okay, it didn't flip or anything. It means there's nothing wrong with the orient. Supposedly, if your joint is kind of rotated or tilt a little, you need to fix by clicking on skeleton orient joint. Okay, you can also remove joint. Okay, remove joint, it can be in between. Okay, if we try in between, remove joint. Okay, so it will just delete the joint in between. Instead of, let's say, we delete this and then remove. Okay, as you can see, when I delete the lower part of the legs, it automatically deletes the upper part of the leg. Okay, so remove is just deleting the in between. And then connect. So let's say I have created a joint here. Let me do it on my front view, by side view. Okay, so let's say I created foot joint, and then try. So let's try to connect. Let's see what will happen. So click on the joint and then shift click on the other joint and then connect. Okay, what happened to them? The first joint for the foot, okay, snaps into the last joint for the legs. Okay, let's try to click and drag this. So what happened? Okay, it added another joint that connects the legs, the knee. Okay. You can do this if you want to create a rig that you can convert from, or you can turn on and off from FK and IK. Okay. So you have duplicated. Um, you can also do this by you can also use this functionality by creating your finger for the hands and maybe for the feet. Okay, so that's connect. But if you want to just make the two ends connect, then adding another joint, okay, um, on a second joint or the sealing joint, you just need to parent your skeleton. So let's say I duplicated this. Okay. When I duplicated it just duplicates everything, including the connected uh, what do you call this, joint. Okay. So unlike if you were going to connect or create another joint and then create, let's say this one, and then I move it towards this area so I can parent it. So select, shift select on here and then parent. Okay, by parenting you're adding another joint, you're connecting it from one joint to another joint. Okay, you're not snapping the two joint together. Okay, so let's say you want to disconnect. So this is the joint that we connected a while ago, so maybe we can disconnect on that. But once we disconnect, let's see, they separated already, and you just need to move or offset the disconnected joint. Okay, so reroute joint, we will be able to use that later part when we're doing the FKIK. And then one important thing in setting up a rig for character, you have to name your object. So instead of trying to label joint one by one manually, you just have to click on the label name and apply it to your joint. Okay. IK handles. So IK handles, I've already showed you how to do it. Just click on the non-stable joint or the joint that you're going to use to control the IK handle ends. So the other end of your IK handle will be the stable or fixed placement. So usually it's the shoulder. Okay, now if I try to click on this and move, it automatically moves my elbow or the middle joint. Okay, and then we also have create IK handle. Okay, so let's try to create. Let me go to my top view. Okay, skeleton. Sorry, here. And then I'm going to create, let's say I'm going to simulate a tail. Okay, now you go to create IK handles, and then you have to, if I try to reset this, the default is number of spans is 1. Okay, but if you're going to use just one, it will be useless. So try usually, but not really every time that I use 4. You can use 2, 3, or 4 number of spans. Depends on the complexity or the simplicity of your curve. Okay, and then you have an option whether to make it linear or make it uh, or it has an ease in or ease out, or ease in and out. Okay, so leave it to the default linear, and then let's try to click anywhere, whether it be the shoulder area or the end stable area or the end which is moving area. So unlike the IK handles, if I try to click on the IK handle here and then move, you cannot move it. Okay, the reason for that is because it's just the IK handles only controls the bending. Okay, but the movement has to do with the movement of the vertex. Okay, so as you can see, okay, it tends to limit, not really limit, but just to give definition that this skeleton is going to move along this area where I set my IK handles. So as you can see right now, if I move this third vertex from the spline, take note that when you create IK handle, it automatically draws a spline or a curve. Where in this curve, you have to create a controller for the vertices, for each vertices, so that you can control the movement of your like this one. If I just select the curve here, it's really hard to select just the curve, so I just have to zoom in, and then we go to control vertex. Okay, and then once I click, okay, and maybe I'll try rectangular select, and then I lost the selection. Okay, I have to redo the selection, like selecting the curve, going to the control vertex, okay, and then select, and then accidentally it deselects again. So it's better if you're going to use a spline handle, IK handles, then you have to create a controller for each vertices. Okay, so the rest of this part we will be able to use once we have a rig set up. Okay, so as you can see, we have also this quick rig and human IK. So let me clear this new scene. Okay, and then let's try to click on quick rig and then auto rig. At least one mesh, but we don't have a mesh, so maybe I can demo this on another video. Okay, let's try if what's the difference with human IK. Okay, and then doesn't seems to create a human IK. Now if I try to click on the human IK, okay, this one appears on my attribute editor. To activate that, just click on this one. But we're going to discuss this human IK and quick rig on the next video. Okay, or the video after the next video. Okay, because the next video will be on skin binding. And so we have here skin bind and weights. So the paint weights is one of the tedious and technical process in rigging. Okay, the creation is easy. Adding controller is next level, a little hard. Okay, because rigging or the controller defines the function or the movement of the skeleton or the IK handles or the joint. Okay, it tends to complicate the movement. Okay, kahit na you just created a simple skeleton. Okay, so I'm gonna end this video and watch out for the next video for the paint boots and skin bunny.